What's up, CFO gang? It's your boy Jay Tuck. Real Cowboys fans, stand up. So, happy Friday. Hopefully everyone is having a great Friday, kicking back, getting ready for the weekend. But this Sunday, our Dallas Cowboys will travel to Duval to face the Jacksonville Jaguars. And what I want everyone to know, this isn't the Jags team we saw last year or the year before. Doug Pederson has this team playing well. I know they had the #1 draft pick last year and the year previous, right? So people kind of want to skip on this game, but this is a game you cannot sleep on, and we'll definitely go ahead and get into the scouting reports. Let's go ahead and get down to the nitty-gritty. So when you look at this Jacksonville Jaguars team, it starts with the quarterback, right? Trey Lance, Trevor Lawrence. Now, for y'all who are new to the channel, I am a Florida State guy, so I don't like Trevor Lawrence, man, because at Clemson, he's broken my heart way too many times. But I will say he's talented, and he's also starting to emerge as an NFL quarterback, right? They also have his colleague, his coworker, his partner in crime, Travis Etienne, running back, man. He's phenomenal, man. Talented guy out of Clemson as well. They also have Christian Kirk. I probably spelled that wrong, but don't blame me. It's just a typo. Marvin Jones Jr. They have Evan Ingram, who we are familiar with in Dallas. They also have the defensive end, Josh Allen, not the quarterback, right? They have the defensive end, Josh Allen. And one of my favorites, man, if you've been a long-time subscriber to this channel, y'all know we do a lot of draft content. Tyson Campbell out of the University of Georgia was one of my favorite prospects last year. Doing well. Also, Devin Lloyd and the first pick, Trayvon Walker. So they have a lot of young talent, in this Jacksonville Jaguars team is starting to merge a little bit. So when you look at them offensively, they rank 15th in NFL in scoring, averaging about 22.6 points per game, 26 the last three. So they're starting to find a rhythm a little bit and play a lot better. Their last game was versus the Tennessee Titans, had a good win, high scoring, and they went out there and put on the show. Travis Etienne's rushing for 814 rushing yards thus far, averaging about 5 yards average per carry and 4 touchdowns. Their offensive averages, they average around 122 rushing yards per game. So they can definitely get things done on the ground, but also in the air as well. So when you look at this Jaguars team, they're pretty much in the middle of the pack, right? When it comes to their wide receiver core, Christian Kirk is pretty much their new acquisition that they got from the Cardinals last year. He's their highest targeted wide receiver. He has 874 yards, 7 touchdowns. So we definitely have to put the clamps on him because we saw what he did to us kind of last year. He can definitely get loose, but they also have some other talented wide receivers, as I mentioned earlier. When you look at the Jags from the offensive standpoint on third down efficiency, 66 for 164, they're about 40%, and they have 23 sacks allowed. So not a lot of sacks allowed, right? It's pretty much, once again, middle of the pack. But I feel like this Dallas Cowboys defense can definitely go out there and get some pressure on Sunday. Now, when it comes to the defensive side of the ball, when it comes to the Jaguars, they have allowed over 400 total yards in 5 games. So they'll let you put some points up and also some yardage up, and also on the ground as well. They've allowed over 100 rushing yards on the ground in over 8 games. I think they gave up 236 rushing yards to Saquon Barkley and the New York Giants. So from the Cowboys philosophy standpoint, that's why I'm representing my guy, West Coast Cowboy. Run the damn ball, because I feel like the Dallas Cowboys can really have a good day Sunday on the ground with Zeke and Tony Pollard. And they're 27th in NFL passing yards allowed, 21 in passing touchdowns. So they'll also allow you to get some yardage in the air. But I feel like what we really need to do, Cowboys Nation, is get the run game started and going to set up the pass, not vice versa. But we'll definitely talk about that here in future videos. So let's go ahead and get into the film. When it comes to watching the Jacksonville Jaguars on film, and this is the game previously versus the Tennessee Titans, it all starts with stopping the run and Travis Etienne. So let's go ahead and go back to the very first play here. You have to set the edge. And they do a lot of pre-snap motion, right? So they'll do a lot of pre-snap motion, which we'll see in here in a few clips. But you got to set the edge, because if he's able to get off edge, he's sneaky. He can definitely make things happen. So, Micah, they're probably going to come at Micah a little bit. There's talks of Dorrance Armstrong being questionable, but whether that's D-Law, Fowler, like some of those guys, Sam Williams, it's really important that we set the edge versus the Jaguars team, because they really like to run the ball off tackle. Now, when it comes to how I think the Cowboys should defend this Jaguars offense, it's kind of the same thing that you're seeing versus the Dallas Cowboys, right? Disguise front. So right here, you're seeing a stacked box. For those who know, like the box that's line of scrimmage, a little 3 to 5 yards back, right? So you got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, pretty much 7 defensive players in the box right now. So typically when they see this in the box, quarterbacks are sensing pressure. They think this coming pressure, think everyone's coming, right? So it throws off the timing. But what the Tennessee Titans does, their linebackers drop, right? We're seeing this versus the Cowboys a lot. They're dropping, right? So it's forcing Trevor Lawrence to get quickly through his reads because what he probably previously read is not there. So his first read is down below here. He's going through, scanning the field, but pressure is coming. He's turning back, but just due to the tight window, and I think his arm gets hit, it's a complete misthrow, right? So I feel like Dan Quinn really has to kind of be a chess master when it comes to Trevor Lawrence because he's only in his second year. If you give him easy, simple reads that he can digest at the line of scrimmage, he can pick you apart. So you got to confuse him a little bit because even if you look right here, if he would have probably held and stayed on this read a little bit, you pretty much have a 2-on-1 situation with this safety that could have possibly been a play, right? But he came off of it so quick due to the pressure and due to the confusion. So Dan Quinn definitely needs to pull out the bag of tricks for Trevor Lawrence to confuse the young quarterback. Now, Doug Pederson, he likes doing these types of things when he recognizes man defense, right? So he recognizes that it's man defense, and what he's going to do is have crosser, and send a shallow cross here, right? And this corner, one, he is shook out of his shoes, first and foremost, but he has to fight through all of this garbage to cover this route. We kind of saw this when we played versus Philadelphia, right? It's hard to defend these types of concepts, especially on the goal line. Your communication has to be key because if it's man defense, you got to cut across that, right? There's a lot of junk, a lot of traffic. So communication is going to be key because they like to do that a lot. A lot of shallow crosses, a lot of mesh concepts, just simple things for Trevor Lawrence to get the wide receivers out in space. Man, this corner here, bro, he got shook out of his shoes. Watch this 31 right here. Whoa, where you going, fam? Where you going, fam? I got Allen Iverson crossed over right there. Whoop, right? Shallow cross, off to the races. That's easy money. And then also a thing that they like to do once they get the run game established, like I said, once again, we do see the pre-snap motion. Again, pre-snap motion, play action. But this is a very soft zone. This is very soft zone coverage. And, that's something we definitely got to talk about because Dan Quinn is playing a lot of soft zone coverage in Dallas. But play action, Trevor Lawrence sits tall in the pocket. He's making that throw all day, every day. So you got to get uptight on these corners, right? But got to be aware of the mesh concepts, the shallow crosses, right? The quick routes. But I think in order to really stop this Jaguars offense, you got to throw a lot at him early, get pressure on him early, and make him really be a second-year quarterback, right? But if you allow Trevor Lawrence to get comfortable, it could be a long day for our defense, but I don't think Dan Quinn is going to allow that, man. So comment down below, man. What's your thoughts? How are you guys feeling about this game? The Cowboys are 4-point favorites going to Jacksonville, but I feel like this is a game the Dallas Cowboys should win. I feel like our offense will be our best defense. If we can get the offense rolling, put up points, and make this Jaguars offense one-dimensional, the Dallas Cowboys should get this victory, man. It's your boy, J Tuck. Comment, like, subscribe below. Appreciate all the support. Follow me on all social media platforms at JTuck151. Merch stores below. Use the code CFOgang to get 10% off, man. I want everyone to stay safe, stay blessed, stay encouraged, and let's go get this win Sunday, Cowboys Nation. Peace.